Well, welcome to today's episode. It's a little bit late here, and this is a reflection of my day. I've actually had a really good day. It's been a Saturday of a long weekend and crammed a fair bit in, including taking my kids out to Duck Creek mountain biking. And so Sam and Pippa and myself went mountain biking for about hour and a bit, had a great time. And then tonight I have been at two events. One was a kirtan. If you haven't heard of this before, you may have heard of a gentleman called Krishna Das, quite famous in this world, and he plays this funny instrument called a harmonium. It's not an Indian instrument, it's a German instrument, but the Indians took it and said, hey, this thing's great, we're going to take this to use it in our music. But Krishna Das went to India in the 70s, came back, and I like it. I love it. There is a aspect of me that can connect to something greater than myself very easily through that. So I got to perform for about 25 minutes and I had terrible nerves. Really interesting that I had such severe nerves. What actually went on for me was that I thought it was 6:30. I got told I was on at 6:30. And then I get this thing saying, hey, you're on at 6. And luckily I was on track to be there at 5:55. So that threw me though. And I wasn't able to particularly well recover myself. So I was quite nervous. I was quite just a little bit unsettled. Now, this can play out in business as well. Things will happen. Things will happen to you in business. Things happen to me in business. And suddenly I'm out of my center. And I need a way to come back in. And that for me is meditation. That is breathing. That is a connection to something deeper. In actual fact, I have been practicing a particular methodology called the stack for about coming on 2 years. I'm not quite at 2 years, but every day for close to 2 years, I've been doing this. And this builds into a bigger conversation that Wake Up Warrior has introduced me to. If that's something that you're like, you know what, I can actually see that meditation and the capacity to deal with what goes on in business, particularly if you are an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, then your stresses are high. You are running a show where you have your customers and clients results on the line. You also have all of your team's requirement for money, and that falls to your shoulder. If you do not have a meditation practice, this makes business very difficult. And so head over to playwarrior.io if this is something you're like, you know what, I probably should take care of this. I had already had meditation practices. So I have been a long-term Qigong practice, which is a Chinese medical form of meditation. So I had about 4, 5, 6 forms of that. And then 2 particular meditations have come through Warrior. And tonight, just being able to do the harmonium, and then I went to a birthday party. And that birthday party was at a cool place called Kiva Spa that's in Mullumbimby. And we got to hang out. And this is so different from my normal world. Both the birthday party and the harmonium kirtan thing, very different aspects of myself. And I find it really does help just to let go of everything that I normally have going on as a businessman, as a family man, in terms of looking after my body, in terms of doing work. All of that can kind of go on hold and for a short period of time connect to something greater. And in that, I have found that there is a significant benefit, and that something greater, whatever you want to call it, will talk to me, that it will have messages, it will have guidance, it'll show me the way, it'll make things happen. And it's like, well, okay, this is kind of weird, you're talking about some kind of God idea. Yes, I am, that perhaps there is more going on in this universe than just the material plane, and that meditation not only helps business, but it also helps me have a better life. I deal with the big questions of what the heck is going on. I have found as a businessman that Wake Up Warrior has dialed this into an art form. They have the core 4, which is body, being, balance, and business. And Garrett's, who started the whole thing, his discovery, his breakthrough was that when his body wasn't on point and when his balance, which is his kids and his wife, is on point, and his being, which is meditation, connection to something greater, that business worked better. If you want to enter into that game and go and find out how it works, why it is guaranteed to work if you will do the work, then head over to playwarrior.io. All right, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. See what tomorrow brings. I don't know. We'll probably return to more of systems and processes, but tonight I just wanted to share this other aspect of my life with you. So I hope you found it useful, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode very shortly.